All right, we are back with another pick'em video. As you can see, I'm on the road. Haven't been able to dive into the picks today and especially this weekend as much as I want to, but over the next 3 hours, I'm going to be ripping out plays, sending them out to my Discord on all sorts of apps. PrizePicks, Underdog, Betr, Sleeper, Chalkboard has a bunch of discounts. So that's what we're going to be doing. That we're going to send out a ton of plays today and have fun watching football. But I wanted to hop on here. It's right now 11 o'clock Eastern, so I guess over the next 2 hours because a lot of the 1 o'clock games start then. But I'm going to give you guys a slip for the game, a play for the 1 o'clock game and 2 plays for the 4 o'clock slot. So you should have like 6 hours to get those in. And again, if you want to get access to all the plays I'm going to be making, or just hop in the Discord, that's just a fun community to talk sports, talk plays, and get access to my slips, obviously. Check out the links in the description. You're going to be able to tell me exactly. I send them out right when I make them. And again, I'm going to kind of going ham after the next few hours here. So I'm going to jump right into the page. I wanted to get something out for today. Obviously, it's Sunday. I will be making a Sunday night video as well, so be tuned or stay tuned for that because we got a game tonight, obviously, and then Monday Night Football tomorrow. I should be back, back in my normal apartment tomorrow. But again, you can see the studio here. I'm in a barn. So let's jump into the board, get some plays on the screen. And yeah, if you're new, subscribe, leave the video a like, comment something down below. Not too many eyes on this one, but wanted to get it out for the people that are waiting for it. All right, so moving into the desktop screen here, I'm on PrizePicks. If you're not on PrizePicks and you want to use my code RichPicks, it's awesome. You're going to get $50 just for betting $5. So go in there, put $5 in, bet $5, and then they're going to give you $50. It's a pretty sweet deal. So if you're not on PrizePicks, you can tail these plays by using my code RichPicks. But here's the first one, Chris Olave. Again, this game's at 1. If you're seeing this past 1, I still got 2 more plays in the afternoon, and then stay tuned for the Sunday Night Football video. But let's talk about Chris Olave real quick. Going up against the Eagles secondary, who has looked horrible. He has not gone over this 13.0 fantasy score line. It was at 12.5, but up to 13.0. It's moving in the right direction here. People are starting to think, hey, this is too low. And the reason that is so low is because he hasn't had to do much. The Saints have been absolutely crushing teams. Derek Carr has been awesome when he's been able to throw the ball. 19 to 23, insane percentage, only 200 yards, but he didn't need to do much. 47 to 10, awesome defense, interceptions. Kamara's insane. But yeah, that's obviously a wash there. Don't have to throw the ball much. And then against the Cowboys, you think, hey, a little closer game. Nope, 44 to 19 route. Only 11 completions for Derek Carr. And again, the Kamara show, 3 touchdowns. He was insane. I think he had more. Yeah, he had another touchdown receiving as well. So they haven't had to throw the ball much. Hopefully against this Eagles game, team, the Eagles are allowed to put up points, or are able to put up points, is what I mean to say. And, Derek Carr actually has to throw the ball a little bit more. And then, we're going to see Shaheed do his thing. He's been crushing it. But Olave has been right there in terms of target percentage. We're about to check that out. So assuming this game is going to be a little closer, you see the spread of the game is -2.5. Saints actually favored here. But if this thing's close, hopefully Derek Carr doesn't have to do, it has to do some stuff in the 3rd and 4th quarters. So let's look at his stats here. 11 yards in week 1, only 2 targets, and 2 for 2, and up to 6 targets in week 2 against the Cowboys. Again, both routes here. So I'm expecting 6-7 targets here, and hasn't gotten in the end zone. If he's able to get in the end zone, that would be awesome. And you see the numbers against wide receivers for Philly. Their secondaries looked horrible. Receiving yards allowed 192. Plenty of yards to be had here for Olave. And then you go down to the completion percentage, or not the completions, target percentage. Shaheed up at 23, but Olave right next to him at 20.0. Kamara obviously getting some touches as well as a little bit of a dump pass receiver. So Olave, really, really liking this play. Again, not too many people are going to be able to tail this one, but if you do see it right before game time, I would take this at 13.5 even, I think. Don't think it's going to move that much farther, but against this Eagles defense, really, really liking Olave. And then before I move on to the next 2 plays, I do want to point out over on DG Fantasy, which shows us market value here, they're loving the over, giving it a nice 53.57% chance to hit. Why is that? Because all these other places that have fantasy scores, PrizePicks is at 13, they're all at like 14, 14.5 even, 14.8 over on Caesar. So that's good to see. And then also going into our projection model over at RotoWire, let me just go to PrizePicks. Check Olave. I think they're on the same page as well. Yeah, fantasy score, they're projecting for 13.9. So everything pointing in the right direction for Olave there. And yeah, just wanted to point that out. Some more data points for you guys to feel a little bit better about it. But let's go to Brock Bowers and check out what he's going to do, I think, against Carolina, whose defense against tight ends has been weak, and Brock Bowers seems to be that guy in Vegas. Okay, so 4.5 receptions here against Carolina, who've just been routed in both games they've played so far this year. So you're going to see passing numbers that are pretty low, but people haven't had to pass on them really at all. And then you talk about Brock Bowers being one of the main targets. Him and Davante Adams have literally been, neck and neck in terms of targets so far. So the rookie tight end has looked awesome, and there's a little bit of a weak spot in terms of overall passing, and tight ends kind of doing their thing against Carolina throughout the first 2 games. 5.5 receptions allowed to tight ends. And then you go down to Bowers' numbers, 6 receptions and 9 receptions. Completion percentage, I will say, is pretty high here, but 8 targets in week 1, 9 targets in week 2. If he can get that, I'm pretty sure he can go get 5 catches against this team that has just been struggling, not only against tight ends, but just in general. Have just been getting routed. So 5.5 point spread. If this one stays a little bit closer, that's just more passes to be had. And I think Brock Bowers is in a pretty good spot here. And the books do agree. So going into Odds Jam, another one of my partners and tools I use every single day, you're going to see the average sportsbook odds is minus 129 on the over as opposed to minus 105 on the under. That just means you see all these different places, minus 140 on DraftKings. If you want to take the under, they're going to pay you plus money because they're like, hey, if you want to take the under, we're going to give you more money because we think it's much more likely he goes over this line. And that's pretty consensus for all these books. So I do like Brock Bowers. I think he's in a really good spot against this Carolina defense. He should be able to eat. And we saw that target percentage. I don't think I showed you guys that, but it's been Davante Adams and it's been Brock Bowers, 18 and 17 targets through the first 2 weeks. And I think if Bowers can get 8, 9 targets today, he should be able to crush this line with 5, 6, maybe even 7 receptions. So that's going to be the second play. And this one, again, is a 4 o'clock game. So plenty of time to get that one in. And then last but not least here, Tyler Lockett under 4.0 receptions. This game's at 4:05 as well, so you still have plenty of time to get this one in. If this one moves to 3.5, I probably stay off it, but a lot of the numbers and what Vegas is thinking and things like that, no one's even, 5 isn't really on people's radar today for Lockett, and he's going up against a team that has not been giving up a ton of wide receiver receptions so far throughout the first 2 weeks, and that's the Dolphins. So no one's gotten more than 5 receptions or 4 receptions this entire year, other than Khalil Shakir on the Bills, but that's just one player, and he's not even the number 1 receiver. He's not even the number 2 receiver for the Seahawks. They got Metcalf and they got Smith-Njigba, who have had huge games. So let's take a look at his outlier page. Again, under 4. We'll take a look at the market value in a second, but he did have 6 in week 1 against Denver, 6 for 7, so high completion percentage, and then only 2 against New England, who got thrown all over. Metcalf had 10 receptions. Smith-Njigba had 12 receptions in that game. So Lockett only getting 2, kind of a good sign there as well. So you see the target percentage. It's Metcalf, it's Smith-Njigba up at the top, 18 targets so far this year, and then Lockett down at 9. So if he's able to creep over on one game on a high completion percentage, and then only go 2 for 2 against a team that got thrown all over against, the Seahawks went crazy against New England in terms of yardage. I do like to see against Miami, who doesn't allow a lot of receptions. I think this is a great spot for us. So again, if he gets 4, doesn't hurt us, no harm, no foul. I don't see 5, and it's not really on anyone's radar either. Going into the sportsbook odds, everyone's at 3.5. And again, you might see this line on PrizePicks, minus 129. And there's like the same as the Brock Bowers line, minus 129 on the over, minus 104 on the over. Consensus odds here. And you see Pinnacle here, only minus 126 on the over here. So this would be a line that if it was at 3.5, I'd probably be looking at. Not in terms of Lockett specifically, but in terms of the numbers. So this being at 4 is really good value because, again, they're saying, hey, he'll probably get 4, he might get 4, but it's a kind of a 50-50 line. 5's not on anyone's radar. So I do like to see that. And then going over to our projection model as well, they're saying 3.72, right around 4, but a little bit less. So everything kind of sitting on that 4.0 cushion for us. Again, if he gets 4, no harm, no foul. And tough matchup here in terms of wide receivers getting yardage on Miami. So liking these 3 plays, Olave is probably my favorite of the day. Of course, that one's at 1 o'clock. But I think he's going to have a great game. Brock Bowers at 4.5 receptions, taking the over on that. And then Lockett under 4.0. That's going to be the 3 plays for today. Stay tuned for the Sunday Night Football game. I'll have a video out a little bit later for that game, so we'll have plenty of time to look at those lines if you missed some of these. And then Monday Night Football tomorrow, we'll just keep it going. So wanted to get something out for you guys. Those are the 3 plays for today. I do want to point out that we're also rooting for CeeDee Lamb today and Alvin Kamara, 2 guys that are awesome guys to root for, but we got really, really good value over on Betr. We got, I think, CeeDee at 80 yards, and he's up to like 84 or something over on PrizePicks. Let's see where he's at on PrizePicks. Let's see, Lamb. He's at 83, so we got him at 80, pretty good value there. And then we got Kamara at 64, looks like he's at 71. So we got awesome value over there, and that would be a 20x play we hit over on Betr in the Discord. So again, we're always on different apps, Underdog, Betr, Chalkboard, whatever's giving us discounts, whatever's giving us the best value, we're going to be attacking that day. We usually, get a slip out or two on each app. But I know you guys like PrizePicks. That's what gets the views. But definitely check out those other apps. Links in the description for all those. And again, hoping for a 20x. We need Kamara and CeeDee Lamb just to creep over their numbers, and huge value over on Betr for us. If you use any of my codes down below, you get a free month of my Discord. If you want to get access to the Discord without getting a free month, the link is in the description. Sign up through Dabble, link your Dabble account to your Discord account, and then I'll get you right in. And it's actually going to be automated. I don't have to do anything. But yeah, that's going to do it. We have football all day. Should be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing a ton of slips over the next hour and a half here, even beyond that for the later games. And yeah, do all the good stuff. Leave the video a like, comment something down below, and then subscribe if you are new. We're just going to keep ripping out this. Basketball is right around the corner. We got playoff WNBA starting today as well. Playoff baseball right around the corner. It's going to be the best time of the year to sports bet, and we're going to take advantage of it. So I'll see you guys in the video later on, so stay tuned for that. Sunday Night Football we'll be talking about. And yeah, good luck with all your bets. Peace out.